Hey everybody, and welcome back. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do the cabbage and pork stew that I was eating in my last couple videos. So what you're going to need, well, first we've got Allison here today with us. She wants to show you guys something that she is very proud of. So show them.
I painted this last night.
Beautiful. She is progressing very much with her painting. So what you're going to need for this soup is cabbage, carrots, celery, depending if you like onions or not. I use 2 onions, you could use 1.
And of course your trusty sidekick, cat.
You need potatoes. This is a kielbasa sausage, so you need this. Or you could use just like regular pork, but I think this is good. And then for spices, you're gonna need sweet marjoram, which is, I just got it in this thing, and a bay leaf. And of course, salt and pepper, and some garlic.
And your daughter.
Yes, so we can teach you how to cook. Mm-hmm. So what you're gonna do, Allison,
okay,
while I'm cutting things up, you can peel the potatoes. You know how to peel potatoes, right? Over the trash can.
I know that. I know that.
I know that. So, this stew is really good with leftovers as well. So, like any type of stew really is, the longer you let it set and meld together with the flavors, the better it's going to be. So I take about 5 to 6 carrots. I like a lot of carrots. It just depends on how much vegetables. You can really do any kind of quantity you like. See, I got the idea for this meal out of this Irish pub food. I bought this in, you know when you're at the grocery store and you're in line to pay for your groceries and they have all those magazines there? That's where I bought this. And it's right here, pork and cabbage stew. I'll hold this up so you guys can see. You can pause it if you want and get the recipe, but it's delicious. Oh, and you also need a can of diced tomatoes, a thing of chicken stock, and I hope I have beef stock. Yes, and also some beef stock.
I just let him out.
That's Jaxie.
He went back in.
Oh, you fooled me. Just trying to go out. Okay, let's see. First, we're going to cut up the celery. Just set the potatoes in this right here. So you're going to need, it's best to cook this meal in a Dutch oven. One of these right here.
There you go.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And you're going to need a little bit of olive oil. So you just turn it on about medium. Put your little bit of olive oil in here. And what you're going to want to cook first is the onions, because you want to get them caramelized.
Be sure to wash your hands first after you paint, because I painted.
Oh, well, yeah. That's the first step in any cooking recipe, is washing your hands.
Plus I painted. I still have paint on my hands.
So, you cut your onion up. Get this outer skin off of it. You know, I used to never like onions, but I guess it's true that as you get older, your taste buds change, because there's a lot of things that I used to despise, and I would never ever eat anything that even contained onions or tomatoes. But now, I like both.
I like carrots now. Like raw carrots.
I like carrots with ranch, but I can't eat raw vegetables without ranch.
I like those sweet carrots. They're really good.
So what I've been doing today is finishing up some art projects that I kept. I have a bad habit of starting new projects
And
even though I have not finished old ones. And so I end up with a bunch of half-done projects sitting all over my workspace, cluttering up everything. So today I finished up 2 of those projects that I had done. That's cool. So you put your onions in, and to get them, here, peel these carrots first too. Get those carrots peeled. To get your onions translucent, you put them in a pan with some oil, and you put a little bit of salt. Here, it's easiest to do carrots like this. And you just spin it. You just take the first layer off. Like that. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying either. Oh, I was finishing up art projects and trying to take a nap, but that didn't really work because my insomnia prevents me from sleeping at night. I usually get about 3 hours of sleep at night. Don't worry so much about the ends because I always just cut those off.
Okay.
Just set them right here. So you cut your onions up, depending on how big you like your dice. Some people like giant pieces of onion. I like, medium to small pieces. Because Allison's not a big fan of onions, but she'll eat them if they're cooked right.
Mm-hmm.
If they're like soft and cooked down, then she usually is not too picky about it.
I like onions. I like onion rings, and I like onion rings on hamburgers sometimes. And I like onion. I also like onion, like chopped really small onions on hot dogs and sometimes cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Okay, so to caramelize your onions quicker, a technique is to put salt on them, which then brings out the sugar in the onion and helps caramelize them. So you don't want to cook them until they're like brown. You want to cook them just until they are translucent, and then you add your other ingredients.
I like working here because I smell it and it smells good.
Yep. And your food will always taste better, your soups will always taste better if you braise everything first. Not braise, that's probably not the right word. If you cook it first with some oil, like I'm doing with the onion, you cook it a little bit in the pan. If you cook each ingredient like that separately, before you add the liquid, your stew and your soup will taste so much better. Thanks. Delicioso! So you wash off your ingredients. Carrots are delicious. And that rumor that carrots are good for your eyes. I mean, they are good for your eyes, but they're not like the best thing for your eyes. Like we all think that. Why we all believe that is because during World War II, I read this somewhere, so I don't know if this is true or not, but during World War II, the British spread rumors that their soldiers were eating carrots, which is why they were so good in war, when really they were trying to hide some kind of Black Ops program or some crap, something like that. But you never know with war stories, they all could just be a bunch of bull crap.
There you go, child. Did you already peel this one?
No. One more. So today, school was called out because
it's snowing!
And it's not even snow. It just it did not stick on the ground. It's already gone. and it's not even, the day is not even over yet. I think this school system just likes to be lazy and take a bunch of days off. Their teachers, mainly. So, this recipe calls for sweet marjoram. You can buy it in the store, where the spices are sold, of course. I've actually never cooked with marjoram before this recipe. Just rinse that off.
And peel the potatoes anyway.
Yeah. But I've never cooked with marjoram until I made this soup. And surprisingly, it tastes really good in stews. And also a trick to, like, if your soup is too watery and you want it like kind of thick and not really thick but thick enough to where, like, you know how some beef stew, it's got like that really thick sauce and it like sits on the vegetables and stuff?
Hey Mom. She's sick, boy!
But it's that really thick sauce. A trick to getting your sauce like that, instead of like going and trying to make a roux and all that stuff, all you need is, where is it at? Well, it's somewhere up in my cupboard, but all you need is cornstarch. Cornstarch will thicken anything you put it in, and it will make your stew or your soup base a lot thicker and more tasty. So I recommend doing that if you are making a soup and it's like way too watery. Just add a little cornstarch. But just make sure you whisk it well, because cornstarch does tend to clump up a lot. So you have to kind of be a little bit careful with that.
Ugh. My knee popped.
So I'm going to let these onions do their thing, and once I got all my ingredients cut up and everything, I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so I've got...
Do you want to pause it?
Yeah. Got the cabbage right here. Well, half of it going. Got the potatoes cut up. We got some garlic in the pan, or the pot.
I still have potato in my hands and it smells so good.
Potatoes. So we're gonna let that cook just a minute more, and then we'll add. You don't want to add your potatoes in right away, because then they're just gonna cook down, and then you're gonna get a really super intense mushy potatoes, and that's not always a good thing. So we will throw the cabbage in.
I was smelling that.
What? That's not. Cut the sausage, kielbasa.
I haven't had sausage in a long time. Seeing you make that stuff is making me hungry. When we're done with this, can we make some rolls?
Yeah. Turn the oven on 350. 350. Drop a piece of sausage.
Say what?
Temperature up.
What?
Temper-
No, just press temp.
Yeah, temperature up. Once, and then press start. Stir that pot, please.
Oh, I don't know how to do this. I've never cooked before.
Not hard.
Like this?
Yep. And we're going to want to season each layer as you go. But don't be so rough with it. And here, you can open the tomatoes.
Yay!
So you're going to want to take the whole sausage and put it in. Freaking delicious.
You dropped another sausage.
I know. So in my next video, I think I'm going to show you guys how to do witch bottles and each different types. I don't know if I've done a video on witch bottles or not. I'm going to have to go look back and see. Or maybe I'll do one about the crafts I'm doing and show you guys that. So I did show you guys all that haul I got yesterday from Hobby Lobby. But we're going to sit here and finish constructing this soup. And do you got it? Are you doing it the right way?
Yeah. I keep getting.
Jeez, what'd you do?
Nothing. I tried to open it and it didn't work. Wait.
No, it's okay.
It was weird. Ugh.
So you want to put a whole 28-ounce can of tomatoes in there.
Ants.
The recipe calls for a can of whole tomatoes, but yeah, no, I'm good on a whole tomato in a can. But I will eat some diced tomatoes.
Yeah.
I have no qualms with that.
When are we gonna have stuffed peppers again?
Stuffed peppers? I'm not sure.
Or sushi?
I'm not sure about that either. But we have an abundance of cabbage.
Why is my drink up there? My cup.
Where?
On the fridge, on top of the fridge.
Because I put it up there. Because you don't use it.
Yeah, I do.
You have yet to use it.
I've used it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Once. One time you used that cup. Anyway. I will take a picture of this recipe, or I'll just copy it and put it in the description. If you guys would like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is at the Hallow Grove, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. And well, they can't stick around for the whole soup to be done. It's gonna take a couple hours to boil. You want to bring it to a boil and then turn the heat down and let it simmer for minimum 2 hours. But
I'll see y'all in 2 hours.
I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Part 2's next.